I don't remember the last time this good stuff ABC or Chelsea, like some very, very good, because if you look at the things that are going around, saying and they say near my year with respect to how season about starts a international break and then the results, Chelsea needs some good luck. Like a lot of good luck. And I think that for me, idea about coming here, Jim has been a decision making from the technical team on sending Bayer or preventing boys from getting recurring injuries. Now, why am I saying this? For the very first time in a long time, Chelsea are going international break about, and nobody is returning from the international break with injury. Nobody, not even a single person. Obekaya, the decision to make sure so Kopama and Yakupima was in Georges with the Three Lions are Obel captured the England for Lee Castley and the other handlers of the Three Lions national team said, I mean, when you have some no kibi, no person manages are no Koba, he wants to go back or smart. The fact that Osho said Wesley Fofana, he got his first French call-up in well over, I think about 2 years, Campo, after signing injury, and immediately said Onya French call-up, and yes, he celebrated it, he was happy, but Chelsea technical team implored on him and they impressed on him, say a catcher fans for him. Okay, ABN management of load in this animal, we are unable to do it. If we need to manage your load. If you don't manage your load, then we'll be in trouble. And the season is very long for us. You pursue meeting a target, and in meeting our target, we need to make sure that every facet of it, and your ball no bonqua, and a big deal. We need to make sure our managers are money, and quickly. Almost fair, DJ Deschamps, and then of course the French national team don't catch on say, because of load management and any injury, continuing rehabilitation, this animal, they don't want him to join. And Obekaya just before said the last game at Chelsea against Crystal Palace, Malo Gusto a police some sort of a hamstring, and yet to say and yet Adi will be a long-term thing. In the game against Bournemouth, we're expecting to see Romeo Lavia back in the team on the boys no elbow. All of them managing on minute because Belgium could have called Romeo Lavia, which is very important. And now the reason why are they important, even the context in which you have this conversation, and Arsenal for Mikel Odegaard. Odegaard elbow against Austria in the Nations League, for the country, Norway, and Okoko Pride. Mind you, Arsenal for a big London derby this weekend. Now, Mikel Merino so almost 23 Sociedad Obeka team nessa and Unya that shoulder injury because on a collision with Gabriel Magalhaes or training ground and Onusu Pride of free. Then Oshe on the team knows there are a lot of injuries. Declan Rice said the red card the last game. So it means that Arsenal are going to go into the game against Tottenham Hotspur without Declan Rice, without Odegaard, and without Mikel Merino. And that is Arsenal starting midfield. It means in Kaifans will be said Thomas Partey go pray or Ghana game some boy, then Arsenal would have been in trouble. It means Arsenal are left with Obi say Fabio Vieira on the go on loan. Now, Nwaneri have to step up. Thomas Partey has to be in. There has to be Jorginho at some point in time. They need to find a cover in the middle of the park without the ball because on a defensive midfielders are more aggressive without the ball. Even if it's a Julian Timber, inverted or Zinchenko inverted computer, it doesn't give Arsenal that feel that they have. But then you see, and clubs be brave. Are worried about when teams have to go on international break, on players not go on international break. They're not able to manage things very well. Now go back and look at the Barca conversation. Omo kache Lagrua for say who should be Lamine Yamal or Pripla or a young player. Omo manage the minutes of Pedri and Gavier, Omo Kobo Spanish national team, Kobo Olympics, Kobo we then these young boys are very young in their own right. Young players who have not played so much game, their load wasn't managed well, and I feel Mbappe pride. Gavi is still on the touchline, hasn't returned. Almost say somewhere in November, and then Gavi Beba. Who should be to say Pedri? So Pedri, for somebody who has been playing inside and out, so a prepper for the longest time. Pau Kubasi Kukupra at some point in time. Alejandro Enyeganacho, what's his name? Almost fullback, Alejandro Balde, and Kukupra. And Obet Calabi Sebastuna, they cannot afford to be getting a lot of injuries. But Real Madrid has also been in that conversation in the last few days. A lot of injuries on the international front, and they don't want to do those things. Every club is making sure say all of their players are important to them. They will keep them from getting injured because so Putin players be prepared. Now after the league start here, then what are you going to do in the Spanish La Liga? Madrid are dependent on these players already. Barca so they don't want to be getting a lot of injuries, and then Mbappe prepare. Then you have to deal with it. Of course, Kylian Mbappe will be returning to the team. All of these Madrid players Ever retaining and about games now more. But Thibaut Courtois did not go for international break. Jude Bellingham prior in my last game, my last 2 games, boy, I'm an intimate movie. Other goalie back into their team. Brahim Diaz Koboma Morocco is going to be back into their team. Vinicius Junior and his uncle Foden are going to return. But that is the thing. Every club is trying to prevent injuries because yes, you are going to be in trouble. And Chelsea, any exception in there. And Oshe Chelsea team in the first time in a very, very long time. Chelsea Akko international break about and none of its players any prepare Oshe. The list of Chelsea players are international breaker. Almost retaining to London and to the UK now. There's going to be Nicolas Jackson, Senegal and African Cup qualifiers when he's returning back to Tima. Your friend Chelsea and injured. He's going to get in there. And the fact that Chelsea, any centre forward, Osimhen deal no NBA, Chelsea enya Osimhen Bambeche team. The importance of Nicolas Jackson cannot be overstated. Makani several times here. You can have issues with Nicolas Jackson in the box. So do box them up. Young converted chances are not edging. But outside of the box, they hold up play, they link up play. He is almost world class outside of the box. But I do box them up. I have a problem no for Branch and Nicolas Jackson. And you want to keep him fit because only out and out striker be able to say Nicolas Jackson and will team them. Apart from him, the players that can play at the striking area, able to say Joao Felix or Christopher Nkuku, these also aren't out and out, and they aren't even exceptional at getting into the box, starting from outside the box and getting into the box. Nicolas Jackson was always going to be important. And Ranadu, Senegal bomb last game against Burundi, Nicolas Jackson is going to retain, and then the international break got to the extent that Chelsea for injuries, baby. Mind you, there was also Nkuku, there was Jadon Sancho, there was Cole Palmer in the last training session at Chelsea here, who were all involved. It means that Enzo Maresca, some players who are important to the starting 11 on your training as days now Obiako international break now, just so that they can play the games, they can stay fit, and then games on the bonus they will get results from it. People are expecting, so once they return from international break, they'll hit the ground running. And then Nicolas Jackson, Pedro Neto last season, he had a lot of injuries, muscle injuries. Makacho several times, so as he said, muscle injuries are very, very recurrent, very recurrent. So, being a muscle injury back, the likelihood say Besanswa Bane high. What happens is that players want to manage their minutes. Okokoboye for Portugal in the Nations League, also in games Cristiano Ronaldo, any Bruno Fernandes, Mojio Modin, ball, nice football. And also, there was a video clip that was going out about the pace, how to use his pace inside game for team and friend in Portugal. He didn't get injured, returning Chelsea, and it is good news for Chelsea. Also, Renato Viega, Portugal players, and Joao Felix also returning. Marco Correa also returning from the Spanish national team. He wasn't really used that much, but Marco Correa has become an important player. Nkofo Bebriaka said, Marco Correa ban FIFA is important, but all the things that has been clear, and they said Marco Correa as part of the back three to use the ball playing ability to build up from the back, sometimes better than he inverting the middle of the back. CCR regimes Urban. I don't know how it's going to be like if Malo goes to any fit to play against Bournemouth. That's the regimes can be part of the back three. I mean, when Chelsea get a ball, so our back three now move forward. Then it means that Correa can now step into the middle of the pack next to Moise Caicedo. That is if Romeo Lavia isn't there. I would be for me the best pair in any game. And he said Chelsea should have Romeo Lavia and Moise Caicedo in the same team. If you have these players in there, then they can play well. In the next 2 days, the expectation will be say Enzo Fernandez will be joining Chelsea. After say, yes, and Henia said, there has been no injuries from him. Robert Sanchez, Enzo could join in La Royal Spain. He's going to return for Chelsea. And it looks as if everything is going to be fine. And now the only injury concern in Okubam is that of Rhys James and our branch friend Malo Gusto. But Malo Gusto isn't so much of a warrior because it's very, very important until say Chelsea in January can now have a discussion as to who if they go. See, the form of Victor Gyokeres is unprecedented. Boy, no, unprecedented form of almost every game you have 2 goals. Every 3 games you 2 goals. And he's in the form of his life. I've said this several times. Gyokeres, 3 seasons ago, no Coventry. 2 seasons ago, no Coventry. It was English Championship. Nobody really saw the importance of Victor Gyokeres because big clubs are so much interested in Rex aversion. Into small clubs, it says Sporting, Porto, Benfica, clubs, they will buy the players. They will not avert the risks. They will work on them. They will become proper players. Then you go and buy them. Maybe at Benfica, they have overused him so much so that there's accumulated fatigue. Obana will be proud team. An important player, Victor Gyokeres. And Enra, so we see Victor, Mikel Obi in the Obi-Wan podcast in Semoka. It is clear, say Chelsea have not given up on Victor Osimhen. And in January, they will go back to the table. But once they go back to the table in January, the fight is a straight fight between Victor Osimhen and Victor Gyokeres. Because and you're too different in terms of quality, and you're too different in terms of what they give you on and off the ball, and you're too different in terms of what you get from the two attackers. So I'll say goals, and I'll pay somebody that will give you quality goals, somebody that will control games for you, somebody that will give you dynamism and build up. So to say somebody that will give you the quality of build up, somebody that will change the point of view of a build up, somebody that is going to be better on and off the ball, belly do press them out. Yeah, then all of them have it. Now, Victor Osimhen has proved it in the Italian Serie A, and easy league. Won the Coppa Campagnari there, top player quality. Same for Victor Gyokeres. In the Portuguese Liga, an easy place to go and play. He's going to play in the Champions League this season with Sporting. It's very possible. Say, Oshet players are as a dark horse to win the highest top scorer at Golden Boot of Sporting of the Champions League. That definitely is going to be in there. Oshet 2024 and 2025 season for club and country. Victor Gyokeres about 25 games, was 50 goals, 19 assists, minutes per goal is 68. That is staggering. And Sweden record all competition 22 games, 9 goals, 4 assists, and 93 goals per minute. In the last form and country this season, was against Estonia, Azerbaijan, Porto, Farense, Nacional, Rio Ave. The next game over against FC Porto on my 2 assists. That is the quality of our branch friend Victor Gyokeres and Victor Osimhen. It's about evaluation. Now Chelsea know that they can look at Victor Gyokeres and Victor Osimhen. For me, if there was Benjamin Sesko, I think that Benjamin Sesko he fits also all of the metrics that you look at in judging which center forward you should go for in your team in a modern game. Obi Oye hold up. Obi are technically good. Somebody that can carry the ball. Somebody that can create separation himself. On over BT players 1v1. Also a physical specimen. Makasa in English Premier or the center back Biaba. Not on your physical center forward Biaba, on your physical specimen. You will struggle over break to make sure that you get what you want from them, which is very, very important in inside conversation. So you better share how those things do pan out to see how things like that do turn out in Chelsea's quest for a striker in January. But it looks as if Chelsea echo and returning to the English Premier League with some good news from the player front, meaning it's a player via Empire. Chelsea next set of games are all in the English Premier League. Our next 5 games, so a crucial games. If you look at one, Bournemouth away, Chelsea beko away me say oko away me now if you are home in away games no beko, they need to get results. On September 14th, Chelsea airborne against Bournemouth. It's a difficult game that Chelsea has to win. After that one draw against Crystal Palace, now a Bournemouth game, then after that they'll go away also to West Ham United at the London Olympic Stadium. West Ham is one of the most difficult sides to play against in the middle of the park. The stubbornness of Shusek and the Paqueta makes it difficult for you to play against them. You need to find ways to beat West Ham, especially when you are going to the London Olympic Stadium. It's how Chelsea going to navigate that. Same in that game against my friend Bournemouth, Andoni Areola team. The last time Momoko away to the Gyokeres Impact, they were down by 2-0. They came out of nothing, won the games by 3-2. It's also a team that has Kepa Arrizabalaga, former Chelsea goalkeeper, in the team. After that, Chelsea bought an FA Cup. Third round game, Carabao Cup game, third round game, against Barrow. Then Chelsea will go away to go and play Brighton. Will stay at home again in March 6th to play Brighton and Hove Albion. Has led the team, but then they go in the conference thing on Thursday, to play K Genk. Also giving them Chelsea will go and play against Nottingham Forest. In English Premier. Then they travel to Anfield to play Liverpool, a tough game, because these are all games that Chelsea need to get it done if they want to get some momentum and some stability on the field of play in terms of normal person. And yes, there are going to be real issues for them as the season goes on. Jamal Musiala, as it stands now, ain't signing contract extension with FC Bayern Munich. no contract extension with FC Bayern Munich, and a lot of clubs are licking their lips about a brand new friend Jamal Musiala. Because for me, or a top player, open players are more manipulative space in the half space that's inside number 10s with the ball, without the ball. Somebody that can drop into tight space, receive the ball from there, 10 on the half space. Now if we were facing goal, then head you Jamal Musiala. Somebody that can receive the ball at top speed in the half space, in the tight space, 10 onto shift onto his favorite foot, no assaulting in and get you a goal. Jamal Musiala on a flowing foot. For me, I think that Bayern 4 need to do everything possible to get Florian Wirtz out of Team Friend and Bayern Leverkusen in Gamiadman next season. Having Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz as options, as inside tens, and having Obi to say Michael Olise keeping the weight for them no, very heavily in the Champions League, and it's also a young squad on meeting about it from top to attack no, and it gives them the chance to afford say on fade out Obi to say Thomas Muller from their team on fade out some other players on the team no, and then Bayern president Ole Hena on Jamal Musiala contract may expire in 2026. Also, we want to try everything to keep him as long as possible. In my opinion, he could become the second Thomas Muller. He could stay here for the next 20 years. But the problem with Jamal Musiala is Jamal camp, any Jude Bellingham camp, any more. Now, Jamal grew up with Jude Bellingham from England lower division. So, Jamal Musiala was playing in England junior teams when he was younger until so switching by Germany. Never be every England, never be every Germany. So he is I don't know if you can say an Anglo-German in that regard. He looks as Jude Bellingham. Jamal believes strongly. They believe strongly. Say he is a better player than Jude Bellingham. But Jude Bellingham is in Real Madrid and he's succeeding. Why? Because Madrid are platforming and will deliver at the highest level. Now Jude Bellingham is closer to win the Ballon d'Or than Jamal Musiala was ever to. But in terms of personal contributions to games, players almost ball, almost dominating games. So Jamal Musiala believes that in the German Bundesliga, he does that. In the Champions League, almost ball for Bayern Munich, and he's one of the top players. He wants to move like that. And yet, you see, it is so bad that Barca do not have money. In Barca will scar, they will look at this Jamal Musiala conversation, sell it to him, say Jude Bellingham about Real Madrid will deliver. Almost person almost pushing up, ultimately the Ballon d'Or conversation. Amongst the small boys, Pedri, Gavi, Dani Olmo, the Rebecca conversation with Lamine Yamal, who excel here. We are definitely going to push you, and you're going to be in a conversation to win the Ballon d'Or too, which is very important. And nothing about an on-signing contract extension. He is also friends with Alphonso Davies and Leroy Sané. We are climbing several times or no, the contract may extend in 2026. He wants these players also to extend their contract and stay because they are good friends on and off the field of play, which is very important. And they are waiting. I'm watching Sabran Tefani Jamal Musiala. Any now for 2 players now, he's going to stay at team your friend FC Bayern Munich. But club football, back international football has been very shambolic. Didn't really deliver the quality football in Nayepe, and club football is going to come in there, and everybody's going to come on and then enjoy some good football. DJ Deschamps, Mbappe will score goals. Just relax. We will always be stronger with him. I'm convinced that in the month it will be better. With us, he fully assumes his role as captain, even when he is not playing. I have no worries with Kylian. For me, my kind of several times, my French national team now, I wasn't enthused. They don't enjoy it. They're boring. Once you can sleep through it, and that's what DJ Deschamps does to them. With the quality of Barcola, Ousmane Dembele, the width that they have, and having a bit Kylian and Tony Mbappe through the middle. Now it looks as you said they've converted him as a centre forward, and Thier, who really from all of the other guys in Spain and those guys that report for Madrid, almost clear. Say Mbappe is seen as a centre forward in Madrid. He should play as a centre forward. Rodri, Vini will keep the front 3, and then he plays as a centre forward. It means that Carlo Ancelotti needs to work on finding balance in the middle of the pack. And Jude Bellingham has to find a place where he fits, whether it's an attacking number 8 or one of the 8s, Federico Valverde, Toni Kroos, and then adding Obitse Eduardo Camavinga also into the middle of the pack. It's very important. But Obitse Kylian Tony Mbappe is the number 9 as called by DJ Deschamps. And Deschamps said the goals definitely is going to come. The goals are going to come, and there wouldn't be any problems at all for our friend Kylian Mbappe for the French national team, and then also for Onwami for Real Madrid and what he brings to them. So we are waiting to see how all of those things is going to pan out. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us.